Hello and welcome to yet another video. My name is Shivendra Bhatia, and today, as we do every Monday morning, today is 30th of October, we're going to do three things. One, we're going to look at the macros, which is very, very important to understand what's happening to some of the charts, which are macro indicators, so that we can position ourselves better and we can connect the dots, especially in this geopolitical tensions which is going on in Middle East and also in Russia and Ukraine. Second, we're going to go through some of the trending sectors. We look at some of the indexes, see what is happening. Every week we have to go through, because I always say that will give you better insight from not only picking up the great stocks at the great prices, but also if you are having a trading part of portfolio, it helps you position some of the stocks which are kind of basket approach, whether it's a real, sometimes there's sector rotation happening for the pharmaceuticals or it is happening for the real estate. We need to know what's going on. Again, I'm just sharing my knowledge here, no recommendation of buy sell. And the last one is very important to understand which specific stocks within those sectors are in my radar and what I'm doing for those. I'm going to share all of that to you. If you're new to this channel, do subscribe and hit the notification bell so you guys get notified. And also more like-minded, peaceful weekend investors come and join the channel. So let's get started. So let's do first of all our review on Nifty. Let me open the chart. Okay, and this is, let's see, the small cap thing. And every week we do this. So this is a SMA 10 and 30. You don't have to complicate too much by putting too many indicators. It is just as simple as that. You can see there was a bit of a breakdown and there was a bit of recovery happened on Friday. I'm not buying into it. I'm just focusing on long-term stocks, making sure that the I'm just following the charts, because charts will tell me what is happening. At this moment of time, there was a bit of breakdown, there was a knee-jerk reaction, and I just want to be very cautious on that. Yes, I do take the advantage of these dips as well, and so that we can accumulate some great stocks at the great prices, and that's what I did on Friday. I added up some Nifty 50 ETF, which is something, a strategy which I'm doing separately, but at the same time I'm just very cautious on my, especially on the peaceful weekend investing lab portfolio. Lab portfolio is where we do all kind of extra curricular activities, finding out some stocks not only for profits but also identifying some new sectors, new age sectors which are mushrooming up, which can be multi-bagger for us, because our goal is all to have the long-term vision, not just get caught up with the noise. Okay, so first thing first is CNX small cap, which is kind of having a bit of a bounce back, which is great. If you look at a weekly chart, make sure you make a note of it. Is 30th of October 2023, because that is important, because if you're watching this later, it may not be the great one. So I think there is Nifty. I think Nifty is had a bit of a breakdown, and on Friday there was a bit of a rally, but again Nifty is down and out at the moment. So it is on those zones. And specifically, let's look at Bitcoin. What's happening? There was a bit of a rally came in, and I mentioned to you, if it breaks it, and this rally was mainly enthused because there was an ETF which was launched by BlackRock, and I think there is an excitement in the market, and there was a bit rally. So keeping close watch on this, especially with the gold, BT, and Bitcoin, which is important. But what has happened is there is a complete Dow Jones crack which has happened on Friday, which is cause of worry, because you see that what's going on here. You can see completely down. And let's go to weekly chart, or sorry, weekly chart here on Dow Jones, because it's very important. It has formed a kind of a topish here, and those topish, and now it's lower and then it's moving down. So you can see it is in going to be in this zone. So that's the Dow Jones, Nasdaq. And why do we do that? I always tell that because it's much easier, because knowing this, we know the market environment. And market environments are the supreme. It's like a father, and childs are stocks underneath that, and they're all going to be following their parents, as we all do. But sometimes some child can go beyond, but that's the part of the game. You have to understand that, and you have to look at this from that angle. And here also Nasdaq also falling the same. After going lower, there's a lower low, and then you're falling down. I think you're gonna see some kind of bit of downtake. Let's see on that. SPY also the same breakdown happened last week, and they're still down. So in all, it is. And let's look at the US dollar 10-year bond, I think, which is close to almost 4.875, which is phenomenally high from the US standard, because when it was almost like 0% rate, and now it's going almost like 5%, and housing loan is almost like 7%. So it's crazy going on. And US market is completely in a growth trajectory, which is 4.5 something, with GDP came in, which is not heard of. Okay. And US dollar INR, if you are from India and you want to track that, because that will tell you that what's happening if against the currency, if it's crossing above 80, you can see it's kind of skewing here. And if it breaks out, that means there is a chance of outflow of US dollar, because from emerging market you are taking the money out and there's a demand in US dollar, that's why it's moving up. And they, because they have more better opportunities elsewhere. So that's kind of a risk which I look at it, because if US market is crashing, interest rates are high, why would a foreign investor would want to come to India? Because they can park their money at 5 or 6% interest rate, and also have opportunity to buy the great businesses. That's how I think at it. Or maybe I'm wrong. You can put in comment box below what do you think about it. That's the way I'm looking at it. And Australia market, where I'm based, is completely down and out at the moment, and I think it's just, you can see it's just going nowhere. Now that you are familiar with the charts, because it's very important. So that's some kind of macro here. Let's move on to our indexes. What's going on with indexes? On Friday there was a green everywhere, which is, and you can see the PSU bank again made a big comeback on Friday, but again it had a correction because after great rally. So look, I'm not at this moment of time anywhere in PSU Bank, so I think that is where you have to take the call. Still, it is below. Let's look at small cap. What's happened? Small cap also is below 30-day moving. So for me, it is needs to close above that, and you can see the big candles there. There was a crackdown there. So hopefully they come back, or it might go in sideways. That is my take on it at this moment of time. Mid cap, you can see it was a complete down, and there was a bit of an um, bounce reaction on it, right? Which is normal, right? After such a fall, then there will be a bit of buying, short covering, whatever we might call it. There is some excitement, but it could be a dead cat bounce, and that's what we have to look. If you have to look at the market from that, you have to look at it when you are analyzing the market here versus you are analyzing the market here. It's a two different things, and that's why I'm saying I'm very cautious on it, right? And because you're not in the early stages of it. You can see the moving averages are pointing downwards, and there's a big rally behind us, which is telling us that there could be some exhaustion going on. Okay, so it's a range expansion, and then range, it's a downward trend happening there, which is something contraction happening here. So look at that from that angle, and that will give you some peace. And IT, again, it has come back to this box which we are tracking on it. I think it is back again. But nevertheless, IT, consumers, financials, they are long term play for me. And that is what I will look at it. Though specifically consumers, you can look at discretionary consumers. I was trying to analyze some portfolios of some big investors, how they're aligning. I think that is where I think we'll get more long-term stocks to hold on. Rest all can be like an cyclical play on that. Okay, so and then let's see auto. Again, auto is looking very strong, to be honest, because you can see it has a clear trend after these three peaks, and it's just doing well. So auto is something you should watch out for. And infra, I think infra was doing, and we covered infra has a bit of a daunting, but that's looking okay at the moment. And let's look at what happened to metals, which is, and yeah, metals is again having a bit of, because metals are anyway bit high beta, so you look at it from that point and it's still in the range. And CNX Pharma has gone down a bit after a bit of rally, so we'll see how the whether it will be, but I still think it could be a start of rally for CNX Pharma, because it's coming out of this range and there was an expansion, and now it's kind of resting around this box, so we have to look at that. So that's pretty much about the indexes and the sector specifically. Put in the comment box below which one you're tracking, so that we can collaborate there. I look forward for your comments as well and respond to them personally. Thank you. And if you're still sticking along, give yourself a pat and sign up to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so that you get notified, because a lot of you are watching it without subscribing. It's not going to do anything for you, but it also help me or to grow the channel and have more and more peaceful weekend investing community members, so that we can all be a peaceful weekend investor, because we are busy during the day. We need to be a fund manager of our own by spending few hours on the weekend and build our long-term portfolios, because that is where you get peace. And a lot of people ask me why this peaceful weekend investing, and I just want to take a minute to explain you that peace comes in when you understand and have full control in your process of when to buy, when to exit, when to add up. And this is where you get a peace, full control in the process. That's where the peace comes in. And peace comes in when you know that you have extra skills along with your day job, so you can create extra source of income. That is where you get a peace. Third is, you also are able to fulfill the aspiration dreams for your loved ones, because you are not only relying on your salary income, but also or a job or business you're doing. At least you're creating, making sure that you have those. That where peace comes in. And lastly, for me, the kick is that you're making sure every dollar you work hard to earn it, it's also working hard for you. That is what the peace comes in. So that's just my definition of it. But at the end of the day, we don't have time during the day. We have only time on the weekend. Can we have a process on the weekend so that we can continue doing our day job and let our the pseudo job, which are stocks, some of the great companies which we buy, those people are working for us, working very hard. That's a peaceful weekend investing. And investing on yourself with the family, that is the most important thing. Thank you. I hope you liked it. If you liked it powerful, just type powerful in the comment box below. So let's move on some of the stocks which are there. Okay. And let's do that. I've made some checklist here. One of the stocks which I think I've been talking about is BSC. No recommendation to buy and sell, but that's on steroid, to be honest with you. Look at that. Wow. That is a chart, right? And when did I cover this? I've been covering this from long time. If you're following me on TradingView, just search me up, Peaceful Weekend Investing. I keep sharing a lot of content out there for you to do analysis of your own, research of your own, only for learning purposes. And ever since from 842, now it is touching almost like, it is not even covering up here. It is touching almost like 1800, touching close to 2000, which is a phenomenal run. And you can see all the commentary here. I've been sharing it because video takes a lot of time to make, and this is where makes it easier for me to share my view. Okay, and I think it's just going phenomenal. This is not the time to enter. This is time to enjoy, and for me, that is a leverage. Okay, somebody asked me to take FNO and all those for leverage. This is exact leverage trade. You buy in here, and matter of how many, it's a weekly chart, right? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, in 8 weeks you have money doubled. What else you need even leverage? Tell me that. Yeah, that is leverage, guys. You don't need to take leverage. You can do cash only and have those kind of momentums. Again, no recommendation buy. I'm just telling you, explaining the concept. People are so busy focusing on FNO and all those trades which are very, very hard to make money and can have high risk. So peaceful weekend investing is all about that. And that comes out from the lab portfolio for me. So let's go back to some of the stocks which are looking good. Again, I'm very, very cautious. Something which I covered the theme specifically on stock market theme. I think you should watch that video. I'll leave the link here. That has phenomenally doing well as well. You can see Angel One. All of them results have come great. I think it's not the time to enter now. It's time to understand how does it work. That's why we do this analysis regularly. Okay, I'm going a bit faster. I appreciate that you can watch slow, or some people want me to go faster. So please put in comment box below if I'm going too fast. I can go slow as well. Okay, and people can watch it in 1x, 1.5, and 2x. I generally watch videos in 2x speed. So here it is. Apollo, I think, is one of the stocks which is again a bit of a run up. Let's look at daily chart. And the one which is coming in my radar at this moment in time is Time Technoplast. I think we covered this again some time back in my trading view as well. I think I covered uh, all of those stocks. There's a video specifically on those plastic stocks, and that's where Time Technoplast also came in, and other companies. And look at this. This was my analysis at that point, and I given my fundamental analysis details. What is this company doing? Okay, and Then after this, it's kind of full blogger right here. And look at this, it's beautifully gone in and closed above this key level which I was tracking. And that is where I get excited, because now it is in this range which is beautiful, from almost like 126 gone to 158 and made a high of 163. So this is one stock I'm going to look at it, track it, and it could be a start of a new uptrend. No recommendations, guys. It's just my analysis, which I'm sharing. And also, it's coming out with a nice range as well. If you can see here, it's coming out from this nice little range and can have an expansion. But last time when I gave this analysis was here, so it has from 120, it's gone to 158. So it has made a good rally from there on, and you can see from here, um, it has 30% up in a matter of 118 days, which is a great increase, because if you're making 30% almost like 118 days, which is close to 3 months or 4 months, which is not bad returns altogether. So that's pretty the checklist for me. I hope it was useful for you. Make sure you are not leaving this video before subscribing to my channel and hitting the notification bell, because and leaving your digital notes comments below. Did you find this powerful? Type powerful in the comment box below, and what was your key takeaways as well. I'm looking forward for your comments. Till next video, I will see you again. Bye bye. Have a peaceful weekend investing.